My name is Cillian. I'm 16 years old and I am a team gym athlete. If you don't know what team gym is, I will explain that later on in the video. But I have got some great news. I have been selected to compete at the 2026 European Team Gym Championships this year in October in Finland. Now, I've been posting on social media since October doing fitness content. Now, recently, for the past few weeks, I have not been posting. This is because I went away for a training camp in Italy, and that kind of stops what I can post because I'm training most days. And then when I came back, I suffered from an illness that just floored me. I was completely wiped out, and I was in hospital for a few days doing some tests and making sure I was back up to health. Now, since then, I've thought about what I want to do, and I've decided. Over the next 18 weeks, in preparation for the Europeans, I'm going to be training consistently and focusing on ways that I can improve myself as an athlete. Now, I've been training in the gym doing weights for over 2 years now consistently. I've trained like a bodybuilder and I've trained like an athlete and I've trained as a general gym person. And I've put on a significant amount of muscle in the past year or so, and I've realized that it's going to end up hindering my ability to optimize how I can train as an athlete, because simply too much muscle is going to cause issues. This is going to limit my range of motion, limit what I can do, and make me heavier. And as an athlete, you want to be fast, you want to be light, and you want to be powerful. So therefore, I'm now going to change how I'm thinking about training in the gym and adapting my ways of training to better suit performance-based results. The reason that I'm doing this is because I want to make sure that I'm in peak condition for when I compete. I want to be in the best condition I've ever been in my life. This is both physically and overall, just a lifestyle is going to be improving. So I thought, and I took the time to think, how could I improve myself? I did research and I looked at test studies and everything like that. And I've come to the conclusion that I'm going to start focusing, documenting, and planning out the next 18 weeks to make sure that I'm in the best condition I possibly can for the Europeans. So I'm going to be posting on YouTube weekly updates about it. This is for you guys to watch because I'm also in college training to be a personal trainer. And alongside that, I'm also looking at, once I'm qualified, getting a strength conditioning qualification. Now, what does this entail? Well, for someone who wants to be posting, I want to look at growth and look at getting my social media out there. So I'm going to be posting and documenting my own journey to becoming a better athlete for then watchers, viewers, whatever you want to call them. You guys can watch and you can look and you can even use what I'm doing to better understand your understanding in the gym and also better your knowledge and better your training. So I'm currently starting, I'm not going to be 100% on week 1 because I'm still in the recovery phase from the illness. However, I'm still documenting, I'm still training, and everything is going to be broken down into weekly updates for you guys to watch. Now, both my Instagram accounts, my gymnastics one and my gym training one, will be used to post regular updates daily, if not, every other day. And YouTube is going to be mainly focusing on weekly updates, going from week 1 all the way through to week 18 on my life, my diet, my training, and sort of general talks and updates. The reason why I'm doing this is because I know that just training in your club isn't going to get you to the top level that you can get to. If you want to make sure you're going to be the best athlete you can be, you need to be putting in the hours outside of the regular training hours. This is thinking about your diet, your hydration, and your strength and conditioning programs. So now that I've just given you a little intro about who I am and what I'm going to be doing, I'm now going to break that down into more detail for you guys to get a better understanding, a bit about what I'm going to be doing. So team gym is what I do. It is a form of gymnastics that is you can't compare it to any other gymnastics. It is a new level of intensity. It is high energy, and because even if you aren't into gymnastics and stuff, it's still something that you can watch and appreciate because of the level that people are doing it. The insane flips and tricks that people do is just insane. If you don't know what team gym is and you're looking to find out what it is, if you go ahead and look at Lewis Lakin on Instagram, he has done a video on there explaining about what team gym is. So yeah, that's the sport that I do, and I've been doing it for many years now, and I'm at the point where I want to start really focusing in on how I can improve. Because no matter how hard you work in your training sessions that you have with your club, there's always an aspect of, if you want to be at your top game, you have to be taking time out of your everyday life and focusing on improving your recovery, your nutrition, your strength conditioning. All of that will add up to help improve your sport. So there's a lot of things that I need to be thinking about when improving my sport. First of all, there's technique. Technique is going to be what I'm going to focus on inside my training. So this is looking at not just training, doing my 3 hour sessions, just flipping and not thinking. I've got to really think about the technique and areas that I'm struggling on and that I need to improve. The second thing is focusing on the recovery. So this is after weight sessions, after training sessions, whatever it is, it's about optimizing my recovery to make sure that I'm fully rested and in full condition, health and conditioning, to make sure that every session I can give 100%. Currently, though, after fighting off the illness, I'm not 100% and it will take time. So the first few weeks is not going to be me at 100%, it's me building back up to 100%, which does put me back a few steps to where I would have wanted to be in, but it is what it is, and it's going to help me almost slow down and not to think too far ahead. The second element of where I can improve on is my strength conditioning. Now, I've trained lots of variations. I've trained bodybuilding, I've trained athletes, I've trained, general fitness, getting into the gym, and I've started to understand, I've done the research, and I'm really going to start focusing on improving my programs, and I'll be documenting all of it to make sure that you guys then can get an understanding of what a average training session and building block as a team gym athlete is. So if you're wondering what kind of exercises a team gym athlete or even just general gymnastics will look like, it's all dependent on the person. So a lot of the time it will be power and strength based, but this is only going to get you so far. A lot of it, you need to be thinking about the general picture. So you will develop your strength, I will develop my power, and then I'm going to convert it using plyometrics and fast twitch muscle fiber training to improve that strength into speed and functional power that I can use in my gymnastics. And then closer to comp season, it's going to be all about injury prevention and slowly building off the high strength and high power stuff and leaning into more, functional movements and focusing on my technique and prevention of injury. However, I have 18 weeks, so I do not need to be thinking about competitions until close to the time. So the first point of focus is going to be a strength and power block in my training. So I'm going to be doing 4 sessions a week, 3 lower body sessions, focusing a lot on strength and upping the weight and really improving my strength and power. That final session a week, that one last session is just going to be an upper body because I still need upper body strength, and it is kind of an aesthetic, having a nice upper body. So I'll be doing 1 session a week, but instead of focusing on hypertrophy, looking at building muscle, it's going to be more toning and just slimming down a bit. Everyone has a different genetic build, so I'm not going to be someone who's going to be tall and slim, and I'm not going to be someone who's going to be quite lean. I've always had a bulky build, so I'm now going to be focusing on leaning into my natural power that I have and just slowly coming off the bulk that I've built on my upper body to slim it down and balance out my lower body to suit my team gym. Now, this process I'll be doing completely by myself, not using any PTs or programming because I could, but it's all about independent research, because if I want to show you guys that I know what I'm on about for when I come to become a personal trainer and doing strength and conditioning for people, having this documentary here to show what I've been able to do in these 18 weeks will help you guys as a viewer base to understand the stuff that I've been through and how I've got there, because it is going to be one hell of a journey. We're going to go through nutrition, learning about nutrition and how an athlete should eat compared to what they are eating. Hydration is another big importance, because everyone will underlook hydration as it's just, just drink water and that's all you need to be thinking about. But there's a lot more to it about, well, how much, when should I be drinking, and all of that kind of stuff. Also, I'm finishing up now with my first year of college, so I'll be now focusing for summer on training and really focusing up on breaking down my day, getting in some cardio, and looking at doing extra sessions here and there, focusing on technique and building up my actual gymnastics training as well. Because as I've learned, I've always had the power and I've not had the technique. So a lot of the time it's going back to the basics, which every athlete, no matter what sport you're in, you should always go down to basics, whether that's running technique for runners, uh, football skills for footballers, whatever it is. It's all about going down to basics to build back up, because if you just plow forwards, you'll often forget and regress your progressions, which you don't want to be doing, because it's just going to end up stopping you and you're going to plateau for a bit. If you want to be constantly going up, you've always got to have the 2 steps forwards, 1 step back, because it's always going to make sure that you'll keep progressing and you're building on your basics to maintain them without just forgetting them. So that's the plan for the next 18 weeks. Now, I'll be posting weekly updates on here, so subscribe, like the video, and share it with someone that might be interested in the video, because all the sport will be grateful and will help me as a PT grow a bit of a following and get you guys, more people involved in my channel. So, it'll help you guys grow the channel and that'll help support me, but also it'll allow me to help more of you guys and educate more people on the ins and outs of training. In terms of daily and regular posting, I'll be posting on both my gymnastics account and also my gym account. However, I've been posting on my gym account a lot more fitness, bodybuilding style content. That is going to shift to more athlete specific and general fitness. So I'll be posting on both of them using both accounts. So if you are interested, they'll be down in the description below. Check them out, drop a follow if you're not already following. Also on TikTok, I will be posting as well. So it's all about, this phase is about growth of my accounts and getting you guys to understand my life a bit more, because it's not always what you see on Instagram and stuff. So this is going to be more of a proper conversations about my sport, because it is what I've been doing for years and it is what I love doing. So I'm going to carry on doing it, carry on posting, and you guys can watch as hopefully I start to improve my performance and really unlock my full potential. So if you show the support by subscribing, sharing the video, and if this is something you're interested in, drop a follow so you don't miss out on anything. And always leave in the comments anything you guys want to see, day in a life of eating or whatever, some fitness challenge. I'm always down to show my support back to you guys.